So, how about that? We are, you know what? I'm not gonna be all calm and polite about this. Happy Super Bowl Sunday, everybody. I mean, it's a Super Bowl. That's today. It feels like only yesterday I wore this jersey on that Thursday. I started the camera, it just popped and be like, are you guys ready for some football? I can't do that. I mean, it's the Super Bowl. What am I going to say that hasn't already been said about an event like this? Aside from, for better or for worse, this was a fun season. I mean, look. Oh, actually, you know what? Before I get into anything, I should do my low Muhammad act of kindness. So, craziest thing happened this morning, and scariest thing happened this morning. I woke up this morning. Keep in mind, I keep my phone plugged in all night long. Partly because I'm playing an idle game called The Tower, but also, to prepare for the day ahead. I woke up this morning, even though, my phone said it was clearly still charging. And it was at 18% battery. That is impossible. So I'm freaking out, trying to make sure I fix everything. I reset my phone. I tried cleaning out the charge port into the phone. I tried updating my phone. I'm so nervous about my phone running out of battery that, if you can't tell, I had to readjust it because right now my phone is literally sitting on top of where the charger is. In fact, hold on. Let me see if I can try and fix it. That kind of works. Let me readjust it a little bit. There we go. As long as it doesn't move, it should be fine. So I'm not taking any chances. I mean, before I started recording this video, my phone got back up to 87%, which is great. I'd much rather have that than not that. But it freaked me out. So, yeah, guess a little bit of phone trouble. My high is, yesterday I was able to add yesterday to my best days of 2025 list because I went to Patrick's to celebrate their 8-year anniversary. Shout out to the good men and women over at Patrick's. 8 years of being open, that is by no means, a small feat. You should be very proud. I mean, 8 years ago, that means, you still went on during the pandemic. That just goes to show how resilient those good people are. So, to the good men and women who work at Patrick's and Elmira, congratulations on 8 years. And I'm just going to let you guys know right now, Patrick's is on the Cutler list. I just need to, eat there one more time and, make a post about it. But it is on the Cutler list. I will get to it eventually. In fact, I mean to put it on the Cutler list for a while. There's a lot of other places I, go out to and, I can't, I can't, here's the thing, I only go out, once a week by myself, and no offense to anywhere else, but what I get at Nick's is the better deal, so, trust me, at some point, I'm going to go to Patrick's, I'm totally going to put it on the couple list, that's a given. So, I went to Patrick's for a little while, listened to some music, again, celebrating 8 years, again, congratulations. I went to Giuseppe's afterwards with my parents for dinner, which Giuseppe's is, I'll tell you what, that pasta pescatore at Giuseppe's, where the hell has that been all my life? It's not quite a steak, but you know what? It's just about close enough. I mean, listen, I'm a guy. I'm a steak guy. A good steak trumps all. But if I'm not having a steak, you better give me something of equal or greater value. And you know what? That pasta pescatore at Giuseppe's, excellent. In fact, it's definitely a top 3 pasta dish of all time for me. And it's going to be my go-to from now on. I mean, I've had the fettuccine alfredo there, I've had the shrimp scampi there, and I actually tried a sample of my mom's pasta francesca, which is essentially like their marinara and the alfredo sauce mixed together. That was pretty good. But man, that pasta pescatore was so good. So that was fine. Oh, actually, it was better if I was good. And here's the thing, I wanted to go to Illegal Tap House for their disco night, which I did go to, but I didn't really stay that long because we got hit with a snowstorm. A pretty big one. Yesterday, if you didn't know the weather ahead of time yesterday, you never would have thought we'd get a snowstorm. But we did. And I was actually worried, I'd have to get up early, drive from place to place and carefully and stuff like that, but it looks as if the snowplow people did a good job, plowing the streets. So I should be okay. I mean, you gotta leave for church and stuff. You go along about my day. And my act of kindness. Oh, so actually, I'm not done yet. So I did go to Illegal Tap House for the disco night a little bit. That was a lot of fun. But again, I didn't stay long because of the snowstorm. But I got a sweet consolation prize. See, I think I've said this before, but outside of my apartment building is a huge, massive parking lot because it used to be a Tops supermarket, and obviously since Tops is not there anymore, that parking lot is all. I mean, there's a Dollar General there, but that's about it. My point is, that parking lot has been empty forever. So when you get as much snow like that as we had last night, you'll get not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 cars just showing up and doing donuts. It was awesome, man. Whew. Man, I tell you what. That's, listen, I'm not really the kind of guy who would ever risk doing that to his car because you just never know. So to those people who do donuts, you're braver people than I am. I'll say that. So that happened. And now we get to my act of kindness, which, believe it or not, it was actually a dear friend of mine's birthday yesterday. I wasn't able to see her, but she works at Illegal. And I gave her her birthday present thankfully the good folks over at Illegal, they know me. And I can certainly trust them to, get my gift to the birthday girl, which, you know who you are if you're watching this. Hope you had a wonderful birthday yesterday. Hope you had a wonderful time with your family. The fact it was your birthday yesterday sounds awesome. But basically my act of kindness was I got the birthday girl a gift. So that's cool. Now, enough of the pleasantries. Let's talk Super Bowl. Yes, here's the thing. People's like, you can't use the term Super Bowl. It's trademarked. You can't use Super Bowl. Yes, you can. You just can't use it if you're going to promote or advertise, which I am not doing. If anything, all I'm doing is promoting it. If I'm promoting or advertising anything, it's the NFL itself. That's what I'm promoting, if anything. So I can use Super Bowl and that's fine. If you're going to promote, you have to use the word big game, which come on, man, it's a Super Bowl. It's a Super Bowl, man. 59 years ago, we were given the Super Bowl. And, you know, we never went back. So, I'm sorry, I was holding back a yawn. I mean, listen, I'm sure a lot of you people know what I'm going. Like, some of you people are like, just rip the Band-Aid off and say the Chiefs. I'm not going to do that right off the bat. I mean, if I did that, the video would really only be like a minute. Well, provided I didn't talk about my own behind my acts of kindness, the video would only be like a minute long, and like that'd be it. But I don't do that. I try and go one step beyond. I take the extra mile. You know, I need to explain my reasoning, a method to the madness as to why I am picking the team I'm going to pick for the Super Bowl. So on the one hand, since I mentioned the Chiefs, let's talk about the Chiefs. They could very well three-peat. I mean, listen, like everyone else in America, I really didn't want this Super Bowl to happen, the Eagles and the Chiefs. But we got it. And listen, there's a lot of NFL fans like, oh, I'm not going to watch the Super Bowl. I'm praying for the meteor to hit. You know, I'm not going to watch Super Bowl at all. Take that, NFL. Bro, don't deny it. You're going to watch the Super Bowl out of morbid curiosity. Everyone is. Even if it's just for 5 minutes, you're going to be watching the Super Bowl. Seriously, like, I once said that if it was the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Philadelphia Eagles making it to the Super Bowl, I wouldn't watch it. Who am I kidding? Of course I'd watch it. Because whether it's an organization I don't like, or a team I don't like, or a player I don't like, my dislike for whatever my reasoning is for not watching the Super Bowl is very much outweighed by my love of the game. I love football. You know, even when I didn't know I liked football, I liked football. You know, I can't not watch this game. I wouldn't have it in me to do that. And again, like, I hate the Philadelphia Eagles as an organization. I love Jalen Hurts. I love Saquon Barkley. I love A.J. Brown. I love Lane Johnson. I love Brandon Graham. You know, I don't hate those players. I just hate the Eagles as an organization. I mean, I don't even find Nick Sirianni that bad. I mean, to be fair though, his name is Nick, and us Knicks have to stick together. Not to mention, since I just brought him up a second ago, Saquon Barkley. Giants, what the hell were you thinking? Like, not getting that man a good offense. Like, literally all he needed was a halfway decent offensive line, and he'd be the number 2 overall pick that he was destined to be. It literally showed. Give him to Philadelphia. They know what to do with him. Honestly, it's stuff, I mean, listen, it's stuff like that that makes me utterly pissed that I'm a Cowboys fan, because, you know, my owner, by default now, is probably the worst owner in the NFL. I mean, Dan Snyder's no longer there. I don't know if the one for the Colts is still in operation. So yeah, by default, Jerry Jones is probably the worst owner in the NFL at this moment in time. He sees what's going on. He's not going to do a damn thing about it. So, as much as it bothers me that the Eagles made it to the Super Bowl, honestly, it bothers me even more that Jerry Jones won't do a damn thing about it. I mean, after the Cowboys lost in the wild card round to the 7th seed, that's when I knew we're not going to be doing anything this year. And when Jerry Jones said that we're all in, it all but confirmed it. The point I'm trying to make is, again, I don't like the Eagles, but I love the game. I love the sport. And I can't help but be happy for those players that work their tails off to get there. So, yeah, I may not like the Eagles as an organization, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't have a soft spot for them either. Because, especially when, listen, everybody knows it's the fans that are also intolerable as well. But the players themselves, they are class acts. I mean, I really could go all the way back to Donovan McNabb being a class act. Because he was. Nick Foles, class act. Jason Kelsey, a bit loud and obnoxious, but a class act. Jalen Hurts, I love Jalen Hurts. For an organization I don't like, they're making it very hard for me to root against them. And now we get to the Chiefs, which I just said a few moments ago, they could three-peat. And it's never been done before. I mean, even Tom Brady couldn't do that. The closest he ever got to was 3 and 4 years. And then I believe 3 and 5 years. But he got it done. I mean, he did win a Super Bowl in his first year with the Bucs, so that happened. The Buccaneers. But three-peating has never been done before. So, I mean, not even the 90s Cowboys were able to do that. Of course, then again, that's Jerry's fault. Man, I tell you what right now, I'm frankly so disgusted with my Cowboys that if we didn't fire Mike McCarthy, I was going to stop being a Cowboys fan. And if that happened, you know what? I'm strong by the Bills Mafia. Go Bills. Anyway. The Chiefs, just like the Eagles, I don't hate the Chiefs at all. In fact, I'm more neutral to the Chiefs. But in terms of the players, Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Isaiah Pacheco, Chris Jones, Juju Smith-Schuster, D-Hop is on that team now. He can finally get a Super Bowl ring. I don't dislike that team at all. Not to mention, Andy Reid. They may call him Big Red, and I will admit, I didn't like it when he was with the Eagles coach. But that was then, this is now. And frankly, every time I see Andy Reid, I can't help but smile because you know what? That's a good guy who's a good coach. He is. And I wish I knew the origin behind the whole cheeseburger comment. But I wouldn't mind seeing Andy Reid get himself a nice steaming cheeseburger after the Super Bowl, win or lose. Speaking of coaches, in Spags we trust, Steve Spagnuolo, the architect behind the Giants defeating the undefeated Patriots. Love that guy. So what we have here is a Super Bowl comprised of, hold on. Yes, it could be easy for me to say, the refs screwed the Bills over. The refs, screwed the Rams over. Whoever they did to get the two. Listen, if you're really that worried about how the officials officiate, don't put yourself into that position. Take the Bills, for instance. They let Kansas City score in the AFC Championship almost right away. And once you step on the gas, you do not take your foot off that pedal until the clock hits 0. That's why the Chiefs are in the Super Bowl right now. I could say the same thing for the Eagles. And that's what it's going to come down to. Both offenses are going to put the pedal to the metal, and they are not going to stop until the clock hits 0 and there is a definitive winner. So with that said, we've got two teams that comprise of players and coaches that I admire and respect. So, no. It's not as simple as me saying, I picked the Chiefs to win and move on. This is actually quite difficult for me. In fact, I've been seeing a meme this whole time of like, what would you rather not see? What would you, the Chiefs three-peating or Saquon and Jalen Hurts getting Super Bowl rings? I mean, when you put the ladder that way, of course I'd like to see Saquon and Jalen get Super Bowl rings. I do. But as a completely exhausted, irritated, and outright over it Cowboys fan, I have to say, Fun fact, the Kansas City Chiefs used to be the Dallas Texans. I'm picking the Chiefs. So that's why I'm picking the Chiefs. See, again, I didn't just simply pick the Chiefs. I talked about a very long explanation why I picked who I picked. So there you go. Go Chiefs! I hope you all like this video. If you'd like to subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm very home in this video for all of you guys watching. Enjoy it. Hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Sunday. And remember, if you guys want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend. And always your back. Take care and make good choices. This is the last time I'm going to be able to do the outro like this, isn't it? You know what? Let's make this one count. 6-0-7 all day, baby.